Sounds like a lot of you need advice on how to batch create videos for on-site commissions for Amazon, which if you're new here are simple videos I make without having a huge following. Well, now I have a decent following, but you literally can have under 30 followers to get into this program. I make short review videos on Amazon for products that I have anyway. When someone watches my video, makes a purchase of that item or another qualifying item, I make commissions. I also have a toddler. So sometimes it is hard to make new content, and I've had to find some ways to get creative with how I do that, especially in a batch format. What I do is I work backwards, and I almost exclusively do voiceovers. What I mean by that is if I know I want to set a goal of, like, for example, right now I have a 25 video challenge going on in our Slack group. I was behind on videos, so I wanted to upload at least 25 in the next week. That time ends today. So over the last week, what I did to work backwards was first thinking about my schedule. Am I going to have time to do videos that are not voiceovers, so just talking on camera about products right in front of it, maybe editing them a little bit, but uploading them? For this to work, I usually have to bank on the fact that my son's gonna nap, and nap for a while. Because logistically, if I'm going to film videos, you can hear there's background noise, he's watching something, he's running around. It's not an optimal sound experience. So more often than not, what I'm doing is planning to do voiceovers, which often means that I am filming clips of these products within the madness. So yesterday, this is a real example of what that looked like. I put this toy on the windowsill, filmed it for a while, went around it, kind of showed the different aspects of it, how it has this like really cool cover on it that comes off. Took about 25 seconds of content, kept it all in one clip so that later I can go back and throw it right in CapCut, slice out any sort of shaky shots, then strip the audio, which probably sounded something like this, and put my voiceover on it. Download it out of CapCut, upload it to Amazon this morning. So sometimes it is random products like that. For example, I also took a quick video of his toddler plate, and in that same video I went over to the dishwasher to show the other two that were in there, show how they wash well, show that the little silicone ring around it comes out, show that they are, although they're like porcelain, it doesn't really scratch. Again, last night, put that all into CapCut, sliced out the clip of me walking from the table to the dishwasher, and just had a really good visual of me showing the item. Strip the audio, which again sounded just like this, and put my voiceover on it describing the features and benefits and my experience with that product. Another way that works really well for me is to grab 5, 6 products, 10 if you can hack it, and put them in the area that you're going to film. Often when I am filming and it's just my hand showing the item with a voiceover, I'm usually right in this space in my kitchen because it's great lighting. It's also a raised up surface, so I can do this without worrying that my son's gonna come into the picture. Now, something, again, on the note of working backwards that you wanna know ahead of time is kind of what you're gonna say about the item. For example, you don't wanna take 20 seconds of content on something that you're pretty sure you have like 40 seconds to talk about. Again, refer to your Amazon Creator Hub. I talk about this in Module 2 of my course to see how long your customers are sticking around for. My Amazon customers, viewers, whatever you want to call them, will typically listen to me for about 40-45 seconds. In the beginning of doing this a year ago, I was making videos for like a minute, 2 minutes sometimes. It's not that I wasn't giving value after that 40-45 second point. They weren't sticking around for it, so it's not worth it. It's like anyone who hasn't made it past the 3-minute mark in this video. Doesn't mean I'm not putting gems in here, but if someone's attention span isn't sticking around, they're not going to get them. And why that matters for Amazon, of course, is if they're not watching your video, they're skipping ahead to something else because they're not getting the value that they need, your commission is at risk. This is why I usually suggest sticking to 30-40 seconds, because also personally, I know that after that time, on a video for a product, I might just be rambling. And so I stop myself by understanding that I need a type of agenda. Again, go way further into an agenda in Module 4 of my course, but it keeps me accountable for what I know the customer actually needs to hear about that item. This doesn't mean you need to tell them everything about the item. Do not make that mistake. You just need to address what they're most likely hemming and hawing over before hitting that purchase button. So again, to review, if you're still here, batch creating means that I typically just think backwards to understand when I can film the items and how I need to film them so that it doesn't just feel like this overwhelming thing that never gets accomplished. Lists don't really work for me. Gathering items in one place and knowing that I can't move them, that's what works for me. Seeing that pile on my countertop until I do it works for me. Sometimes this isn't simply just putting items in a surface. Sometimes this has literally been me locking myself in a bathroom, as long as there's good lighting, of course, grabbing 6, 7 items and making some videos. I did that the day that I filmed my shower curtain liner, curtain rod, and something else I can't remember. Oh, the little rings that hold it all together. That was a moment of, I need to upload some videos. Let me lock myself in the bathroom and do it. And all of those items make me commissions just because I took the time to freaking do it. So most of it boils down to just knowing your schedule, knowing those pockets of time that you have. And once you get good at voiceovers, you can do them really quickly. Again, there is a ton of advice on what I put in my voiceovers in my course. If you're struggling and find that that part takes you a ton of time, that part takes me like no time. That's the thing that I save for late night when I'm tired and it's finally quiet down here. And I literally just sit down, go video to video, doing my voiceover. Pausing it, collecting my thoughts, saying my next value item, pausing, collecting my thoughts, saying my next one. I don't think I've ever done a voiceover in one shot, so don't feel like you have to. I see that a lot in audits. And I think that's a lot of what I have to say now that this video is super long. And I got some videos to make.